Hey gang, Sam Ward here with an epic story for today. It's the story that started everything. It starts in the beginning. God created. It's the story of Adam and Eve. They were made and they were created. The breath of God came into them. And they were alive. They were born worshiping. What did they do all day? We don't totally know. I mean, we know that they named the animals, or Adam did. We know that they worked in the garden. We know they were walking around naked. They felt no shame. We know that they walked with God in the garden. It was perfect worship, perfect life with God for about 10 whole verses in the Bible. Now here's sort of Sam's paraphrased version. The man and his wife were both nude, and they felt no shame. But the serpent was more shrewd and tempted them into sin and pain. You might be asking, wait a minute, whoa, stop the story. They weren't doing a worship service or anything like that, so what do you mean when you say worship? Well, here's the problem. Too many times we confuse the issue, because worship in the truest sense of the word is this idea that our whole life orientation, our whole relationships, and everything is in line with the one true God. So when we make worship a service or music, we really confuse the issue, because worship is this comprehensive category which applies to everything in your life. Everything. So God draws us into relationship with himself, and then we respond to him in worship, and that's what true worship is. For us today on this side of the fall, we worship pretty much everything and anything except God. Adam and Eve, they were created by God, and they were automatically in a perfect relationship with him. And the next time this happens, Revelation 22, when Eden is restored. The scripture says, on each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse. Perfect worship. All believers are looking forward to going back to the garden, back to that perfect worship. That's the story. I know I am. Only then will we be able to worship perfectly like Adam and Eve. Only then will our whole life be a response to the only living God. And that's the epic story for today.